Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Steel Ice Center for ECHA hockey between the Lehigh Mountain Hawks and the Villanova Wildcats. We have waited 6 non-conference games, and now here we are at a Steel Ice Center, which is as close to being filled as we've probably seen all season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for Lehigh hockey against Villanova, we have so much to talk about in the pregame show. I'm Eddie Fuhrer, joined by Alec Mackery. Alec, what are you excited for tonight?
I'm excited for a great game of hockey. Lehigh 5-1 going into this. This will be their biggest challenge on the season yet. Opening ECHA play, always one of the most exciting games of the year. Everyone's just eager for it. You know, Eastern Pennsylvania, 2 schools going at it. And you know, I'm ready to watch this first line of Lehigh go at it yet again tonight. Yeah. I mean, we can't stress enough, Eddie. I know you've got the numbers on Sean Grant and Michael Griese. Relative to the entire nation in ACHA Division I, these guys are on a different level of production.
Those in the top 5.
Yeah. It's something to watch out here.
15 points for Grant. 13 points for Griese in 6 games, and while it's the start of the conference season, there's 8 teams in the ECHA. 6 make the playoffs, so you only need to be in the top 6 out of 8. There's 14 games, home and away against every single school, and well, it's going to be interesting because Lehigh's missed the last few seasons, and you have this opening series against Villanova, a team that's previous year has been above Lehigh, but this year considered to be pretty relative. What do you think? Let's say Lehigh, sitting at 5-1, comes in and wins this game tonight. 6-1 goes on the season. What does that do to this team?
You know, can't forget it's a 2-game series. It's a home and away game, so they get the home game tonight. Then tomorrow, no matter the result, they're heading to Villanova's home place to take them on. But a win tonight to start that out gives you that much more confidence going to the next game. And, you know, depending on the result, close fought win, you know, big loss, big win. I mean, those are all big morale things that beyond going into the game tomorrow, you know, these guys are all focused on the game tonight. And every single person on this team, you know, has been working. You know, the past 6 games, Lehigh's gone 5-1. You could almost look at getting ready for these kind of games.
Yeah.
A preparation, time to make mistakes, time to get errors going, but also time to get the chemistry flowing. We've seen a lot of that from our experienced guys, and from some of the younger guys, the returners, the sophomores. They're really building up, and I've liked what I've seen on all 4 lines.
Yeah, let's talk a bit about Villanova tonight. There's a couple guys who we have highlighted, one of which is the perennial scoring threat that is Liam Tomczak, the forward out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, has been a key part of this Villanova offense throughout the course of the season. However, I was talking to Mason Goldstein, I was talking to Kenny Burgess, I was talking to Jake Brown. I talked to 3 different players on this team, and I'm like, what is the thing you're watching out for Villanova tonight? And they all said the same exact person, and that's Dmitry Kapranoff, the goalie. He had a .857 save percentage last season as a freshman, a 6-4 record. First team all-conference, was ECHA goaltender of the year. That is, it's hard to beat those numbers.
The words speak for themselves, but yeah, as a freshman, .857 in ACHA hockey.
Yeah.
That's like a .92 in the NHL. I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, a good goalie, a game-changing goalie. I mean, that's something Villanova has to love back there, especially a young guy coming on his 2nd year. Used to the game by now. He was the primary starter, obviously, last year. And I'm sure, you can't do too much to figure out how to get by a goalie. All goalies at this level are good enough where you just play your game, get good opportunities, try to get it by the net. So what Lehigh needs to do, just keep firing shots, high-quality chances. And
yeah, I could see this being a bad matchup for Lehigh, because Lehigh's been a team where they've put like 60 shots a goal up per game, and then
not all of them are great.
Right. Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I wanted to roll now that we're 6 games into the season, we've seen quite a few of these games. I want to ask Alec for some player grades for this Lehigh team for the start of the season, and I'm going to first start with Ferdinand Burkhart. Give him a grade, 11 points in 6 games to start it out.
Oh, Ferdinand Burkhart, it's a guy who wouldn't find himself on the score sheet too often last year, but we saw him have a massive game a week ago, and I mean, he's just a presence out there on that third line. I think I'm going to have to give him. Man, I can't be a tough grader. I might have given him the B plus A minus range somewhere in there. I like what I see. I think he knows what he can do on a nightly basis to make impact plays, play smart hockey on both ends of the ice, and I think there's room for improvement from him. But when he's at his best, we've seen him at his best this year already. That's A plus hockey.
Yeah. Ferdinand Burkhart has had a great start. The next group of people that I wanted to ask you about is this Lehigh defense. Just for some reference, Brendan Carnage was out last weekend with a back injury, but now he's back in the lineup. Just wondering what you think of this Lehigh defense so far.
4-5 on the first line of defense. What I like about Brendan Carnage and Ted Justice up there, these are 2 guys who aren't afraid to get up in the play. 2 offensive defensemen, let's be real, but 2 guys who make up for it on the other end of the ice, don't find themselves out of position, know the forwards out there who can help them in the back check, allow them to get up in the play. And as long as they keep having that confidence and composure to make good plays in the O zone on both ends of the ice and stay locked down, limit the errors in the D zone. I've liked what I've seen so far from them. A very solid defensive unit that completely complements one of the top wides in ECHA.
Next guy I want to ask you about, Kenny Burgess so far.
Kenny Burgess he's had some good games. He's been the difference maker in a few of these games. It is nice being a goalie when your team is putting up close to 50 to 60 shots a game. He knows he's not going to see that all season. He's an experienced player. He knows the saves he can make. I mean, he's played very good hockey, very composed. What I like from Kenny, just personally, not necessarily always on the right play. He's not afraid to make that read, get out of his net, go for that diving poke check. One of my favorite plays in hockey, and when he does it compared to some other goalies, he times it out well, almost like he's calculating the speed over there. I think he knows how big of a difference maker he can be in games like this against teams who are going to give high-quality shots throughout the game.
I'm going to throw you a real curveball.
For
this last one.
Oh, boy.
Chris Dorr on that 4th line. He's been skating like crazy these first 2 games.
Oh, man. You don't count out the 4th line. What we've been stressing about this team early is the importance, even with a very productive first line, is the importance of all 4 lines playing hockey. And that's on both ends of the line. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the highest producing unit. And Chris Dorr is a key part of this. Grit. Grit is a great word. He's a gritty guy. Gets down in those corner battles, and I think this guy's. It always seems like he's due for a goal when you're watching him play. He's a high IQ player. It just puts himself in great positions, makes good plays, and he's a great fit for the bottom 6 here, where they have a lot of guys who like to just go out there and hit people.
It was interesting you said due for a goal, because you weren't here at the 7-1 TCNJ win. He did score.
He did score.
Yeah, 6 different Lehigh players scored. The only player with 2 goals was Ferdinand Burkhart, who was on that 3rd line. We will be back. Actually, forget it. We're not even going to go away, because they're already lining up, and they're about to come out anyways. So
we'll go away when the anthem plays.
Yeah, we'll go away when the anthem plays. Due to a copyright strike. We got a copyright strike a few weeks ago. Our videos were taken down in Russia and Belarus.
Very unfortunate for the Lehigh Russian and Lehigh Belarusian fans.
But hey, we have some fans from Europe. We have some guys watching Ferdinand Burkhart. I know that Villanova's roster has some Russian roots.
Yeah,
so.
we want everybody to be able to watch, so we don't want to take any chances.
Yes. So, final thoughts. Do you think Lehigh has a good chance tonight?
Of course I do. I mean, I expect a close game. Not going to give any score things, but I think if Lehigh comes out and maybe gets one early, but at least puts the pressure on early, like we've seen them do, come out of the gate and play good hockey, and I think they have a good shot.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very fun to see. I often think about what we were saying last week in our pregame show when I was with Constantine, and that said, what works against Ryder and Montclair and Rowan is not going to work against TCNJ. I'm going to take that statement a step further and say what worked against TCNJ might not work against Villanova.
There's layers to it for sure, and I agree with that statement, but to an extent, you can only change the game of hockey so much. And what that means in a game like this is the mistakes, the lack of speed, lack of intensity on every shift you may get away with against those kind of teams, you don't get away with tonight. Those little mistakes that's how the other team scores. And that's going to be the challenge for Lehigh tonight, and a step up in opponent quality.
Yeah, there's a great crowd on hand tonight. A lot of parents and families for family weekend. You might even see some students show up sometime. We had a lot of student attendance past few weeks. Rattled a goalie or two, and
well, it's a home ice advantage, if you will.
Yeah. Well, we're going to now get a chance to see the starting lineups for both of the teams. And we'll start with Lehigh, with that top line, as we mentioned. Grise, Grant, Bayhard's going to stay the same. And then on defense, Justice and Carnish. Lehigh doesn't really need to change anything on that top line.
Back.
We are back, and the starting lineup for Villanova in goal is number 30, Dmitry Kapranov. Heading in numerical order, top to bottom, number 2, Liam Tomczak, number 3, Derek Foskett, Matthew Arena, number 11, also starting, number 14, Nicholas Wood, and number 22, Nathan Rocky. And then for Lehigh, it's Grise, Grant Behar, Curtis, Justice, and Kenny Burgess the fourth in net.
Yeah, looking good with their fresh jerseys tonight.
Yeah, new Reds for Lehigh.
Gotta love it as a player.
All right, Grant Arena for the opening face-off. It's won by Lehigh, and we are underway with the conference hockey season from the CLI Center as Grise dumps it in behind the net. Tomczak's going to be the first one to it, and Nova will begin breaking out of their own defensive end. Harnish and tipped off of the glove of Kapranov. Still kept in. Moving up for the neutral zone, 2-on-2, and Matthew Arena just a step too ahead for an offside call. Face off on the far side hash mark just outside of the Lehigh zone. Going to be won by Villanova. They played 2 games this year, both against Oswego State, a 5-2 loss and a 5-0 loss. Lehigh in their own defensive zone. Masella, and that one's going to bounce behind the net. Kept in just to Masella. Stick down by Grise. Up on that far side half wall. Naraki's going to try to break out. He's going to be covered by players in brown and white. Taken away. Ethan Behar up to Grise. Grise gets in, scores! Michael Grise! It's 1-0 Lehigh.
Oh my goodness. What a snapshot that was. I don't think Kapranov saw it. It was on his club side.
It took 1 minute and 5 seconds for Michael Grise to find the back of the net. And I've never seen that man more pumped up after a goal. And he fist bumped the air, cutting back onto the bench.
He was looking for people to celebrate with him, but he went in 1-on-3. He still got the goal. Oh my goodness.
That changes everything. In this first period, we're only a minute in. Lehigh's on the board. Here comes Stepan Galenkov. And taken off by Zach Gruber. Intercepted by Matthew Balzerati. Gets it in front and gloved up by Burgess, who shuts down Timmy Kobelski.
I was talking about big time saves. Kenny Burgess needs to make these games. There's a prime example right there. Almost, I thought it was going to be a sure goal there. Kenny making the true extension. Keep that one out.
Face off, won by Lehigh. McClellan's going to send it up ice. Taking it from behind the net is Lynch. Sargent's going to face pressure from Ryan Mock. Burkhart will take it. And still on the puck of Thomas Lynch for Villanova. Taken from the neutral zone for Ivan Lead. Mock! And Burkhart might have blocked his own teammate's shot there. He was sliding across the ice. Toomey keeps it in. Now back on the stick of Burkhart. In the lead and wasn't able to find anyone. Ferdinand Burkhart, third on this Mountain Hawks team in scoring. He's one of 4 players in double-digit points. It's him and all 3 of the players on the top line. For Lenkov. Up against the Lehigh benches. Max Toomey will reset. He will stop on his skates. And Toomey will get it to Mock. And sent up into the netting by Michael Vogel. We will have then another stop at 17:25 remaining 1-0 Lehigh. A Michael Grise goal is the only goal. Face-off's going to be on by Thomas Stewart. But Leon's going to keep fighting for it. Dorr, 6 on the puck. Chris Dorr has 2 or 3 Villanova players surrounding him. He still gets it back to Justice. Going to bounce off the skate of a Villanova player. Behind the net, a player's going to trip and fall. Dorr. And then that gunner Hansen. Chris Dorr. Hansen. Back behind the net, Dorr will go to work. And good resilience from the Villanova defense. It's up to Schwartzman. He's going to dish it down past our camera, and Lehigh will go for a line change as it flies behind the Villanova net. And the Wildcats will attempt to break out. No icing on the touch. Hatteret up to Dehar. Grise. Team's trying to establish possession around 3:45 and into the first period. Masella and dumped in by Arena. Burgess behind the net. Lehigh have done a good job this season of staying out of the penalty box.
Yeah, a lot of this one's key part of these games. Sometimes the defining factor. When you go down on that, oh my!
Oh, Burgess almost made a crucial mistake. Masella was there to bail him out, and her tripping over the ice is a 2-on-1. Grise and Grant. Grise up off the net.
Very good composure there by Kapernoff to not go down into the butterfly.
Yeah, icing called. If I had Michael Grise and Sean Grant coming at me on a 2-on-1, I would have no clue what to do.
No. It feels like a guessing game, but did the right thing there and read the shot.
15-28 in the period, and Lehigh leads by 1. Face-off is going to be sent up ice by Masella. Grise is going to try to win the foot race. Backhand shot's going to be blocked by Thomas Lynch. Grise from the near side, and behind the back is going to be gloved up by Kapernoff. Well, after this, we have a break until after pacing break. We won't be back until another home game. It'll be October 20th. Gorilenkov going to try to shield the puck from Goldstein. Sargent over to Lynch. Thomas Lynch will turn this one over. Zach Gruber and nearly offside for Lehigh. Here comes Gorilenkov. Skates to the near side, tries the centering pass, and cut away by Toomey. Nova trying to keep it in. Balzerati on the near side, and on that occasion, Gorilenkov was the guy we're trying to find in the scoring position. Still not able to find him. Nova fighting hard on this shift, keeping it in their offensive zone. And play has stopped. 14-19 remaining, opening period. Well, we have a great crowd tonight at the CLI Center, and we really hope you guys come out to future games. If you want to see the Lehigh ice hockey schedule, follow us on Instagram at Lehigh U Hockey, or check us out on LehighSports.com. Ryan Mock will dump that one net side, and Burghart's going to keep fighting for it. He's going to lose the puck to Walter Ostreicher. Mock, the return across. Burghart. This is a physical start of the game.
Oh, yeah, these first 5 minutes, both these teams came out with a lot of energy.
Burkhart. Stop. Back. Oh! It was on the stick of a lead. He tried to find Ryan Mock for the one-timer. Wasn't able to. Brendan Carnish on the blue line. The feed attempt to Burkhart off, and now Ostriker's going to carry it up. And it's behind the net. Justice. Ted Justice will skate free all by himself, 1-on-4. Looks for somebody. Finds door. Save Kapranoff. Now on the stick of Augustine. And tipped by Tomczak as it rattles behind the net. Counter over to Masella. Dump from the red line. Tomczak, his speed makes him a threat both ways, offense and defense. One of the top players in the ECHA All-Conference last year. This door back over to Tomczak. And a great move by Kabelski, and it's broken up by Masella. Only 5 shots on goal. And we're heading up to 7 minutes and 50 seconds into the first period. Only 5 shots on goal combined.
A little different beat than the previous games Lehigh's been in this year.
Up to Grise, 2-on-1 again. He has Gunnar Hansen. Grise up in the air and deflected off at Kapranoff. And play has stopped. Face off on the far side in the Villanova zone.
That's a lot of odd man rushes given up this early by Villanova. Lucky that Michael Grise hasn't capitalized on the other 2 great chances they've given him.
Grise Kapranoff is moving towards that far post where Lenkoff. Grise will get the puck off of him. Out to Toomey. Deflected off, the big hole is there! And it's a beautiful save by Kapranoff. Into the benches, 11:28 stoppage in play.
A great A chance. They're all alone. Just a great extension there by Kapranoff. He's keeping this from becoming a 2-goal game here early.
Face off in the far side circle for a second consecutive time in a row in that Nova zone. Grise will line up against Thomas Squared. And bounce itself into the Lehigh zone, and Nova so close. Rapatoni was the one who got that shot off. Now behind the net. Toomey up to Grant. Another on-man rush. Grant and Grise again. Grant. Oh, and trying to find Michael Grise. Grise. Sean Grant. Behar. And cleared out by Rapatoni. I would be having a heart attack if I was Nova's coach right now.
Oh, it's kind of like on a timeout.
Yeah. They've only given up 1 goal, and I think that's mostly the credit of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but 4 odd man rushes, 10 minutes into the game. Those are numbers you want to keep. You don't want to see if you're Nova.
Carnish and right into the glove of Kapranoff. Yeah, I don't think Lehigh has gotten 4 odd man rushes in some of their games so far this season. Face off, won by the Mountain Hawks. Looks around in front, trying to find Goldstein. Double breakout with Nicholas Wood. And good play by Zach Gruber, keeps it in the offensive zone to his brother and not able to keep possession. Behind the net. Kaepernick 6 is still not almost found Josh Gruber. Was Mason Goldstein. Goldstein in front. Naraki will finally get it up to Arena. Villanova will try to clear the zone. Tom Zach's going to be there in support. Now behind. Nova got their best guys out there to get out of the zone, but they can only do so for a few seconds, and you can't keep them out there forever. Masella. Burkhart to Zach Gruber, and
failed attempt.
Yeah. Ryan block hit. He's still on the puck. Oh, Burkhart almost got the second chance. Masella. Catteray is on the puck right now. Gorlenkov is right on him. Shane the lead. Burkhart racing in. The lead in the center. It's the Mock. Mock to Masella. To Catteray. Dumped down. Blocked down. And how to play.
Seeing the size line, if you will, line of Ryan Mock, Shane Millie, and Furian Burkhart, giving Villanova trouble there. Unable to take these guys off the puck.
6'1", 6'2", 6'3" is that line. Sometimes I feel like 6'2" is an understatement for Ryan Mock. Yeah. He might be 6'3", 6'4" himself. Usually the heights are like overlisted, but
went under for that one.
Yeah.
Strategic?
Gore fights for it. Turns it over and scores! Sam Augustine! It's 2-0.
Talking about Chris Store in the pregame. Big time play there to find Sam Augustine left alone in front of the net.
Lehigh is up 2 in the first period against Villanova. It's a goal from the first line and a goal from the fourth line. Gunnar Hansen moves into the offensive zone. And it is safe to say this is a start that I think many people in this crowd didn't think they were going to get, as Augustine got another close chance.
I'll take a wild shot here and say this is not the start Villanova wanted, but they might have not even expected this. They're coming out here looking completely outmatched. This is a surprise to me.
Face-off will be Belzerati against Grant. Nova will win it, and they'll send it over to near side. Gorlenkov up ice. Justice Gorlenkov will use his size and speed to move into the offensive zone, but they're offsides. Now for Lehigh, you have a fresh Grant Brise Behar out there. And you come on the goal on the last line as play has stopped. We're going to have a penalty against the Mountain Hawks against Michael Brise. So penalty kill for Lehigh with 8:01 remaining in the first.
If you're Villanova here, this is a great opportunity to take advantage of probably the first lapse we've seen in Lehigh's defense.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't remember the last time in the offensive zone before this.
Yeah, at least have the offense wake up as Arena wins the faceoff to start the power play. Lynch is going to receive his pass he sent, and it's going to be cleared out, dumped down the ice. Brendan Cornish. Back on the stick of Arena. 7:42 remaining in the first. 1:40 remaining on the power play for Villanova. Thomas Lynch resetting for the Wildcats. Arena up the near side. Burns will send it a tip along its way. And Catteray will clear it up. Lynch will have his attempt up ice blocked by Burkhart. Matt Arena, 1:10 remaining on the power play. The man advantage for Villanova, not generating anything yet. Alzarati. Zach Gruber will take it on from him. And Catteray dumps it deep. Down to 50 seconds remaining on the power play. 6:50 remaining in the first. 2-0 Lehigh. Masella will cut out a chance for Michael Vogel in the middle of the ice. Lehigh is not letting Villanova get past the red line on this power play.
Oh, executing this penalty kill to perfection nearly.
Lenkov. Down to 20 seconds. Pressed up against the boards. Gorlenkov will move towards the far side. He will cut past McClellan. Behind the net, Nicholas Wood. Michael Vogel. 2 seconds, 1 second. Time is out on the power play. It's unsuccessful for Villanova. And the wraparound chance! McClellan was there to block it. Back on the blue line and a wide from Vogel. Lehigh moving up ice with Gunnar Hansen. And a big hit by Tomczak. Lays Hansen out on the ice. To Grise. Down to 5:20 remaining in the first period. Nova just outside our offensive zone. They're going to have to wait for their forces to retreat. Play has stopped. Dan McClellan.
Wow. Kenny Burgess might give him a thank you note after that one, keeping the shutout going. True stick save on that wraparound there that Villanova would have loved to bring them back into this game.
Referees convening. They're going to hold a face-off at the far side circle just outside the Lehigh zone. And it's going to be won by the Wildcats. Heading down to 5 minutes remaining in the opening period. Lehigh with 2 goals, one by Michael Grise, one by Sam Augustine. Behar moves in far side, deflected away by Kapanov. Justice. Grant. That's time. And Brendan Carnish. Nice stick handling from the experienced senior defenseman out of the state of New Jersey. He'll drop it off for Grise. To Behar. To Grant. Villanova crowding the middle, not letting Lehigh forwards get into good scoring spaces. Behar. Grise. Back to Grant. And out in front, try to find Michael Grise. And Nova is going to carry the puck up ice. 4 minutes left. They have 6 shots on goal. And that was, where did the puck even go on that one? It got on the stick of Balzarati, but now back on the stick of Balzarati.
It goes in and out of the glove of Kenny Burgess.
Yeah. I think momentum's starting to shift here. Zach Gruber tried to find his brother. Back to Toomey. Nova's going to have it. Naraki. Brown and white jerseys around him. Nobody in support. Naraki will still win that foot race. And he's pinned up against the wall by Nick Mulder. That's the last guy on Lehigh's team. You want to be... You're not breaking free of Nick Mulder anytime soon, as Lynch is going to get that one. Oh, that was actually Nicholas Wood wide in the net. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Lehigh up 2. Kenny Burgess. Zach Gruber for the Mountain Hawks. Moves up to Burkhart. Burkhart with a great move. He's wide open. Ferdinand Burkhart misses wide. Just Gruber! Save Kapanov. Now here's the odd man rush the other way. Nova moving in off the post. Daniel Schwartzman so close there. 2:25 remaining in the period. Well, Coach Masella on the Lehigh bench was, yelling at the ref for something. We couldn't really figure it out, but
it's not granted.
Yeah. Burkhart up in outer space, and now down to 2 minutes left in the period. Catteray, saved away by Kapanov. Catteray, and popped up off of the skate of Kobelski. 150 remaining.
Take a breath there.
Yeah. I don't know if I've been that loud for that extended period of time during a broadcast this season.
I don't know how there wasn't a goal there. I think
from either team.
Burkhart almost had one of the craziest assists off time, off the boards, back in front. It's just missed.
Gorlenkov. It's middle, and good play by Carnish. We're going to go quiet for the intermission report, but we'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes after the period with the second period of this game. Gorlenkov from the near side. I didn't know the right time to say that. Back and Lynch tipped up. Hayden Nan was on the puck for a second, but it's going to fly out of zone. 1:05 remaining. And we have an icing call. Shots on goal 17-9 in favor of Lehigh. I'm kind of surprised that Lehigh's been able to maintain 17 shots in the period against this Villanova team, but I'm kind of surprised from the viewpoint of before the game, as that was on net and stopped by Burgess.
Oh man, hey, you're just making the showstoppers tonight. Every time they're getting a shot, it's looking like he has to go extra out of his way to stop it. Let's have it on both ends. Dmitry Kapanov also doing the same thing.
And back on the blue line, and Burgess again. So 2-0 lead, but I still think Lehigh are going to have to make some adjustments given how the period ended.
Yeah, and I'd say the second half almost could be geared towards Villanova.
Oh, that was so close to another breakout chance for Grise. Toomey. To Bayhard Grant! And Grise wide. Grant centering pass. Not able to find anyone. 32 seconds left in the period. Behar. Grant out to McClellan. McClellan on net. And down to 18. John Grant. And second chance, and McClellan in. Stopped by Kapanov. Might have taken a stick from Dan McClellan, but
part of the job there. Oh my goodness. Thought Dan McClellan had a wide open net, but Kapanov somehow is just getting there at the last second. I think this could be very easily like the four goals towards Lehigh with a few other goalies in that. Villanova needs to.
3 seconds left in the period. 2-1, and it's expired. Lehigh leads 2-0 at the break. Grise and Augustine. What does Villanova need to do?
They need to help out their goalie.
They need to help out their goalie.
They need to give some sort of gift so far because he is keeping them in it. This could very easily be a 3 or 4 goal game. But as we were saying, Lehigh does. We'll probably have some stuff to talk about despite their 2-goal lead going into this intermission.
All right, we'll be back in the second period. Lehigh 2, Villanova 0. Period number 2, Lehigh is leading 2-0, and Michael Grace and Sam Augustine are 2 goal scorers. What were your thoughts on this first period?
Oh, Lehigh came out with a mission. You know, talking about preparation for a stronger opponent than you've seen all year, and it didn't even look like it. I mean, it was all mountain hop off the get-go. I thought they could have had more than the two they had right now. I mean, there's a few two-on-one chances that Dmitry Kapranov steered away from that. He's played a really good game here thus far. Did see Villanova ease their way back into it near the end. Couldn't get one by Kenny Burgess the fourth. I'm excited to see what these teams have in store here for this second.
Fans are heading back into the arena. Opening face-off is going to be between Thomas Arena and Sean Grant. And Noah wins the face-off. We're underway, and Kenny Burgess will take it behind the net to Grise. Turned over. Tom Zach from the blue line, and Grise up to Behar. 1-on-3. Liam Tomczak has been laying out those hits for Nova so far tonight.
You know, they haven't been short of the physical game here. Outsized at times, but they do have some guys out here making sure to make a statement.
Grise in the corner. Period number 2, Lehigh had 21 shots in the first period. Villanova had 12. Here comes Michael Grise, skates behind the net, tried to find Carnish in front, taken away by Nova's number 4, Thomas Lynch. Here's a near side, bounces behind the net. Villanova definitely had more momentum towards the end of the first period. We'll see if they're going to be able to keep it as it's bouncing on it on the stick. Lenkov, a third chance! This one over the net. Bounce around, he gets it back out to goal. Lenkov, and Burgess saves it again.
Oh. I didn't give Kenny Burgess a lot of time to get in this one. I make 4 straight saves in a row, and thank goodness he's able to cover up that last one, give the guys a little breather, hopefully regroup here.
Face-off will be Zach Gruber against number 12, who's on the puck, Thomas Ward. Ward takes the puck, and Toomey cuts it out. Max Toomey skating up the ice 2-on-2. Over to Goldstein on the far side, back into Toomey, and now behind the net, Goldstein. Max Toomey up to Zach Gruber. Goldstein near side, cut out by Ostreicher. Max behind the net, Josh Gruber, 2 Lehigh players in front. And we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the second period. At the Steel Ice Center, Lehigh leads 2-0. Josh Gruber blocked. Good play by Ostreicher. Moving up to Giannetti. Foulman. Gruber. And the Wildcats trying to put some pressure on here. They've gotten most of the shots in the second period so far. None of them been able to beat Kenny Burgess in both the first and second period. Matthew Arena slows down and passes in front. Naraki's shot just a bit too close to his stick to land on target. Naraki back to the blue line. Tomczak will keep it in. Arena back, and Stoppage.
Couldn't keep the puck in there. According to the ref.
According to the ref.
Not according to him, but it never seems to be. Oh, Villanova coming out here.
Yeah.
Doing what Lehigh did at the start of the first period without capitalizing.
Especially this line. Gorlenkov, Balzerati, and Kobelski have been going crazy. Yes, Kobelski on the side. And
you can see Lehigh's penalty.
Yeah, Lehigh penalty is going to go against Nick Mulder. So 2 penalties on tonight in this game, both go against the Mountain Hawks.
Yeah, this is a big chance here for Villanova. Their last penalty seemed like a rescue, but this one, they have the momentum on their side.
Face-off won by the Wildcats, but Balzerati can't keep it in the zone. Fends off Grise. Villanova moving in. And over onto the stick of Heward. He was not able to find it. Thomas Lynch can't get it out of the zone. Grise will chase after him. Roddy. Arena. Far side. Pass in front is deflected away by Justice. That Justice cleared down. 15:40 remaining in the second period. 1:25 remaining on the man advantage for Villanova. Balzerati attempted to get over to Arena and forward progress will be stalled. He's been offside call. Five on 4. Villanova man up. Nick Mulder in the box for Lehigh for 1 minute and 14 more seconds. And clear down the ice. 1:05 remaining. Tomczak charges up the near side. Breaks past Toomey. Nova trying to really get this puck in front of the net on the stick of one of their players, and they haven't been able to tie it up once again. Down in that near side corner in the Lehigh zone. Around 7 players down there working on it. Tomczak deflected on the way there by Gorlenkov and stopped by Burgess. 31 seconds left on the penalty kill for Lehigh.
Great glove save there by Burgess. Would have been a dangerous rebound if he didn't see that one through to the glove.
Lehigh's already 1 for 1 the penalty kill. 20 more seconds on this one. Vogel on the blue line is going to receive a pass. Down. Oh, the penalty clock has stopped running. It stopped working. Lenkov, and Lehigh still has a man in the box. The penalty clock stopped for maybe 5 or so seconds. Down to 5 seconds, and Tomczak shot and deflected away. Lehigh has killed the penalty. That might have been 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Masella, very dangerous scoring chances for Villanova. Gruber out to Grant, and Justin Masella is going to be the next one on the puck. Pass up, it's very dangerous. It's on to Sigurd Schwartzman. And oh, this one! Oh, kept out of the net. How did he do that? Play still kept alive. Lynch sent that pass over a bit too hot for the stick of Schwartzman. Back on the blue one, over again, and just a bit high on the shot from Foskett. Move in front, and Rapatoni not able to reach it. Lehigh looking for any sort of break. It's all Villanova right now. Josh Gruber from the red line and sent in a very needed line change for Lehigh.
Oh my.
Wildcats are moving it up the ice. Harnish, Behar, and Grant offside.
Well, we said Villanova needed to wake up if they wanted a chance to get back in this game, and they certainly have shown it here. They're probably a little surprised they haven't found the back of it yet, and some guys on Lehigh might be surprised too. It almost feels like they're due for one.
How about Kenny Burgess, 24 for 24 to start
He
tonight?
has made some great saves so far. He is locked in.
So far, it might be the best Kenny Burgess performance I've seen this season. Maybe in his
A lot of
career.
game
Yeah.
left, but he is having a great game so far.
Justice. Ryan Mock on the near side. Mock deflected by Kapranov. Burkhart tried a second chance, and it stayed in the glove of the Villanova sophomore.
A little risky maneuver there. Tried to direct it into his glove and almost gave Burkhart a very easy goal.
.12:32. Play restarts in the second. Arena up ice. Ted Justice is going to be the one to get there. Back. And now moving neutral zone on the stick of Burkhart. Lehigh once again with it. Ted Justice, the freshman defender out of Massachusetts. Burkhart second chance and deflected off at a stick of Ostreicher.
The shots on goal even up here just shows you how much Villanova's gotten back into this game without getting one. But Lehigh clearly not backing down yet as their guys keep finding ways to get the puck on the net.
Chris Storer behind the net to Hansen. He misses the shot and he gets sent straight to the ground by Foskett. Toomey. McClellan, Hansen up to Dorr. Dorr moves around your side, trying to cut back in, but Tom Zach was right there. McClellan and stomped on the blue line. I think it was offside, but if Gorlenkov got the puck, that could have been dangerous. Counter
Maybe a beneficial there. Yeah. A whistle there for Dan McClellan.
Behind the net for Derek Foskett. He will send it over to Gorlenkov. Tom Zach. Nova trying to break out of his own. Gorlenkov skates towards the near side, and it's going to be tipped forward by Kobelski into the stick of Burgess. 11:15 remaining in the second period. A lot slower of a second period than the first.
A lot more stoppages. That first period, just back and forth hockey. There's periods of time you go minutes without a whistle, but you were seeing goalies making a lot of saves.
Christine, Zach Gruber. And 2-6 tied up behind the Lehigh net. Players pushing the ground. Zach Gruber passes to his brother, who passes it to Goldstein, and 2 Lehigh players on the ground. Noah's been winning the physicality battle so far tonight. Zach Gruber and Kapranov was kind of out of his net.
I don't think that puck was going to quite get there, but
yeah,
it sure looked like it for a second.
He's a pretty aggressive goaltender as far as getting out of his net and playing the puck from what we've seen tonight.
And it's been to his strength so far, but there's always that risk there.
Oh, in front. That was close. And a late hit by Tom Zach.
Oh.
No call on it.
Might have got away with one there, but the refs will let the boys play. As tension starts to rise about the halfway point of the game.
Yeah, Zach Rimber looked a little bit shaken up as he headed back to the bench. He's going to take a seat. 10-10 remaining in the second period. Getting up on halfway for regulation. Grise is blocked. Onto Justice and wide left. Arena. Neutral zone. Burgess. Sean Grant. Up. Grise will deflect it forward. Kapernoff behind the net, turned over to Carnish, and Kapernoff back into net. Grant attempted to pass out to Grise. And icing called. 9:34 remaining in the second. Villanova, a team with some of the best jerseys in the entire ECHA. They have a dark blue away jersey they're wearing tonight. They also have a light blue alternate with a Wildcat on it. You're going to have to see that one whenever they use it this season. Behar. Grise behind the net. Out to Justice. Behar blocked. Good job by Naraki. Put his stick in the right place. Grise out to Grant, out to Behar, and
that was a helmet save there.
Yeah. Carnish. Grise cuts into the center. Burkhart. And now moving forward to Brandon Carnish. What a hit on Kowalski.
Oh, man.
Another hit. Unkov. Burkhart blocks the pass, but then trips. And the pass in front, bounce out of the. The Ice began to respond to some of the hits that Villanova had in the start of the period.
Oh, yeah. Lehigh is not a team that you can easily beat on the physical line, especially with guys like number 4 back there and Brandon Carnish. Some Cornwallian hits, if you will.
You're a Red Wings fan. You had to use that line.
I'm sure too many people will get that one.
Yeah. Malade up to Burkhart and McClellan. Malade and still with the puck and ended up making it all the way to Kapernoff. 7.5 remaining in the second.
The game's definitely slowed down a bit here. A lot of stoppages on both ends of the ice. Goalie's not trying to risk anything here by keeping the puck moving.
Face-off is fired behind the net by first Foskett and on the stick of Augustine on the far side. Sam Augustine tied up in that far corner. Oh, Gunnar Hansen nearly had the first chance. He nearly had the second chance. The puck still loose. And Dorr behind the net, and Kapernoff's going to put an end to that.
Anything they can do to get the puck on net there. Never know what's going to happen.
6:52 remaining in the second.
I'll give credit to Villanova. In the first period, they really were struggling in D-zone. It seemed like every time there was a Lehigh guy wide open somewhere. And here they are definitely doing a better job of keeping at least one guy near Kapernoff, giving him that extra boost on defense. And it's showing off here.
Breaking out is Naraki. In support is Nicholas Wood. Henry is attempted to block that pass from Arena, and Sargent sends it behind the net. Back out to Lynch. Lynch, and bounced off of Burgess. Marcel lost his stick, but Lehigh clears the zone. 6:18 remaining in the second period. Josh Gruber. No on the puck, but Goldstein chasing after it. Cataray. Justin Masella on his defensive blue line. Josh Gruber takes a hit. Justin Masella skates behind the net. He's going to stop. So far tonight, Lehigh has 2 penalties. No penalties so far for Nova. 5:40 left in the second. Balzerati from the near side popped up and caught like a center fielder, Kenny Burgess.
All the games I've seen this year, I think we're right. Kenny, you were right when you mentioned earlier, Kenny Burgess seems to be just on another level of focus right now, and it's fun to watch.
Grant. Behar stopped and deflected away by Burgess. Now he has to get this one up. They almost got it to Grease. I think that was a set play to try to get him. The puck in, wide open. Staffordov was too busy confronting Grise himself. He had nobody in the goal. Thankfully for him, no Lehigh players were in the vicinity. Justice. Grise. Back to Ted Justice, and attempted screen by Behar. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Orlenkov. Kobelski. Fast on his stick. A bit of miscommunication from Villanova. Up to Grise. 2-on-2 of Carnish in support, and the pass to Casper to Goats. Burgess will stop that one. 4:34 remaining in the second period. Shots are nearly identical, 29-28.
It's a tight one here.
Yeah.
With a 2-0 lead, but this has been a very good, evenly matched period of hockey.
Thomas Ward is going to match up on the faceoff with Shane Malede. And bumped out, Tom Zach is going to have Burkhart racing after him, icing called. .427 remaining in the second period. No score in this period. In the first, it was Sam Augustine and Michael Graze. The Burkhart one-on-one. Burkhart and Tom Zach. Oh, he tried to get them off. Malede, that's Toomey. Shane Malede is out on that line with Mock and Burkhart. Lehigh keeps hold of possession in the neutral zone. They turn it over. They get it right back. Turning in, Burkhart dumps it from the blue line. 3:45. Shane Malede cuts in off of Kapanov, and Gunnar Hansen was waiting there. He couldn't get his stick on it.
Kapanov had no clue where that rebound
went. Dumped down the ice. Another icing call. It stays in Villanova's zone. That's important if you're Lehigh. Just keep it in Villanova territory.
Yeah, I mean, Villanova has kind of found their rhythm when they get an offensive zone there, but if they're stuck in their own end, not too much they can do.
Lehigh about to travel to take on Rutgers in a non-conference game, as if we didn't play enough Jersey schools in non-conference games this season.
Seeger to get back.
Yeah. That is Jersey school number 5. Or non-conference opponents. As Catteray shoots at the chest of Kapernov, and with 3:15 remaining, we have another stoppage.
Getting the tour of New Jersey this year, early on.
Yeah. And we have another New Jersey school on the schedule as well. William Patterson, not a non-conference game, but William Patterson is always a tough team. They have Adam Marvin, who's one of the best scorers in the country, and Dorr stopped by Kapernov.
Always a tough matchup. Almost every ECHA game feels like it could go anyone's way.
Yeah, Lehigh 7th last year. The only team that they finished above was Towson. 3:08 remaining in the second period. 2-on-2. And neutral zone. Nova will dump it in pass. Burgess behind the net. Bit dangerous as Nova players are crashing into the offensive zone. Door. Masella. And a player attempted a big hit on Masella. That was the 28 of Aiden Mann, but missed on that one. Catteray. And Door keeps it in. 2-on-1. Door with Augustine in the middle. And it was almost our second Door to Augustine connection tonight. Masella. 2:10 remaining in the period. Goldstein. Masella. Catteray. Over to Zach Gruber. Goldstein will send that one net side. 1:50 on the clock. Before the second intermission, Lehigh 2-0. And Zach Gruber. Oh! A good one. Now Gorlenkov, Justice moving back. Gorlenkov, save Burgess. Josh Gruber, 1:22 remaining. Zach Gruber passes to his older brother. Zach Gruber. 1:05 remaining. Heading down to a minute in the period. 4-on-2 for Villanova. Centering pass. Zerati carried with it. Also down there is Kabelski. 2-on-1. Grant and Josh Gruber. Grant keeps himself in wide. Another odd man rush miss for Lehigh. Grant on the second chance from Cardish. 35 seconds. Noah's going to clear this one up. Both teams look very tired right now, and icing call 26 seconds left.
I need to add that one to the drills and practice too. Not a great conversion rate tonight, but so far they've gotten away with not needing those.
Yeah, those two early goals. You build a lead and then you can try to get away with stuff as long as you're playing good defense. And Lehigh's played great defense tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Face off. Grant Toomey moves over. Kapernov with the glove.
Go for the slider there. Yeah. Slap shot to avoid the man trying to block it. I think that was
23 seconds. We'll soon go into the intermission. We'll be back with the third period. And if Villanova mounts a comeback, we might have more than a third period. You never know. Still a close game. We haven't had a close game at the CLI Center in a while.
Yeah.
And for once, I'm saying that in the context of Lehigh winning at home a lot.
We're a fan of that.
Yeah. Last year, we didn't have a lot of close games at the CLI Center, but in a very different context.
No. That's what we're trying to avoid this year.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, down to 1, and that is the end of the second period. Lehigh up 2-0. No goals in the second period. Still Grease A and Augustine's in the first. The difference. We'll be back soon with third period hockey. Which is your favorite part? Third period, Lehigh is leading 2-0. Goals by Sam Agassi and Michael Graze. And Kenny Burgess is 29 for 29.
He is having a great game so far. Numbers speak for itself. The shutout intact. And I mean, you're coming off the second period. Started out Lehigh not looking good. It was almost the opposite of what we saw in the first, but without Villanova being able to capitalize. They didn't get a goal, and Lehigh eventually got their rhythm, got back into it. It was a well-fought battle for the last 10 minutes, so hard to say who has the momentum here.
Here we go. One more period in regulation. Lehigh is leading by 2. It's Arena against Grant for the opening face-off, and it's won by Villanova as we are back underway in the third period at the CLA Center. Harnish from the blue line over the net. On to Sigurd Justice, the freshman out of Massachusetts, and he's going to be moved up. Nicholas Wood shielding off his Justice. Behar. Grant to Grise. And the shot by Michael Grise. In the back on his stick. Carnish along the way got deflected. Behar. Grise. Tomczak is going to try to clear it away for the Wildcats. Now on the stick of Foskett. Back to the blue line, over to Ted Justice. Oh, turned away by Kapranoff. Behind the net, Behar. Carnish, down low. Behar was standing in traffic. 1:15 into the third period. On Zach Gruber, and he barely keeps it. Hit by Justice. 2-on-2. And Arena's shot saved by Burgess. It's save number 30 of the night for the fifth-year goaltender. Out of play, 18 remaining in the third period.
Oh, I had a coach once who said either take the puck or the body when some guy's coming up. Ted Justice had a mission there. Laid the man out and helped Lehigh prevent the 3-on-2 and keep it to a defendable 2-on-2.
Cataray is going to move behind the net. And Gorlenkov with the stop for Villanova. Now, 2 minutes into the third period. Still 2-0 lead for Lehigh, so nothing really immediately pressing for the Mountain Hawks as Gorlenkov is going to be stopped by Goldstein and deep into the Lehigh zone near side. Balzerati's going to chase after it. He's going to get the puck off of Masella, centering pass for no players in dark brown at home, dark blue at home. Vogel. Michael Vogel. Contact with Berghardt. Josh Gruber. Neutral zone, Villanova building numbers. Shot and saved by Burgess. Josh Gruber. Dumped down the ice. Vogel and Berghardt racing after it. Off-striker. And icing called. 17:03 remaining in the third period. Lehigh still leading by 2. Goals by Grace and Augustin. Both early in the first period.
Not much. You can't say there's been much action since then. There's been a lot of action, but nobody's been able to break the barrier.
Ryan Mock up on the far side half wall. Back to McClellan outside the zone. Toomey. Burghardt sends it over to Ryan Mock. Ryan Mock with a head of steam. And stopped by Kapranoff. 16:44 now remaining. Face off, offensive zone for Lehigh. And Tom Zach will give it up to the blue line. Not able to clear it out. Still Lehigh's possession. Charging in is Toomey. Deflected off of Liam Tom Zach's stick. And over the net for a stoppage in play. With 16:29 remaining in the third period. The game still moving without much sense of pace. Lehigh has been able to keep hold of the puck, keep it close to the Villanova net, but no big scoring chances. Yet, but Hansen got it out to Augustine. Door! Oh, just wide left of the Villanova net. I spoke a bit too soon. Up into the netting. And play is stopped.
Yeah, Villanova lacking that sense of urgency. You'd think they'd come out of the locker room with here. It's been kind of favorable towards Lehigh thus far. Despite, it's early here in the third, but time to get their act together if they want to get back in the game. Their choice. But after the start of the second, you'd almost expect a little more energy coming from their end.
Nova's going to keep possession as it's tipped by Nicholas Wood and sent in the near side corner. Up to Door, 2-on-2, Augustine, and offside was Hansen. I thought that was maybe a late hit by Augustine on Tom Zach, but I don't think it was intentional. He immediately put his arm around it.
Good show of sportsmanship. You love to see it.
These two teams play tomorrow at Villanova, and then later on we don't play Villanova again for the rest of the season because of the conference schedule, but we are going to be taking a part in their outdoor tournament at Spring Mountain Ski Resort in eastern Pennsylvania. There's an offside call and some outdoor hockey in January. Going to be interesting for the Hawks.
It's never played an outdoor game, and I've heard mixed feelings from players about it, but it's an experience you don't forget.
I would say it's a unique experience, but I feel like we've been playing outdoor games every year at this point.
Oh, yeah, it's true, but freshman on the roster.
Yeah. Do you know where I would like to see Lehigh play this season or early next season before we graduate?
Goodman Stadium?
Not quite. A bit more realistic than that. Goodman Stadium would be ideal. I'd like to see the PPL Center.
PPL Center would be a good venue for them.
Go Lehigh!
We would have a lot of fun in that press box at the Lehigh Valley Phantoms Arena calling that game. We'd be there. Lehigh have done it before in years past. Yeah. And there are high school games there from time to time. Not sure the logistics. We might need to get Josh Hand on that one. Villanova, neutral zone, trying to gain possession. Down to 14:30, still 2-0 Lehigh. 14:30 in the third period. Brise to Grant. Grant skates around the skate of Michael Vogel, but he extended just far enough to get one last tip on that puck. Dan McClellan is going to reset. 14:10 remaining in the third period. And the line drive caught by Kapranov and plays up 14:04. So near side, Villanova zone with 14:04 remaining in the third period. It is Arena lining up against Zach Gruber and back to Josh, back to McClellan.
Wasn't going to hit the net, but Kapranov made sure that puck wasn't going to continue in play.
Zach Gruber on the face-off against Arena. Back to the blue line, near side, McClellan shot, and it almost sent it back onto the stick of Josh Gruber. Picking it up and heading behind the net is Oshstreicher. With numbers comes Villanova. The centering pass attempted by Wood, unable to find Arena in the middle. And we might have a penalty here.
It might be the first penalty against the Wildcats tonight.
13:32 remaining, heading to...
Oh, no. Stand corrected.
The box is Max Toomey. It's going to be penalty kill number 3 for Lehigh. I'm not saying Villanova has to score here, but it'd be very greatly appreciated
by their players. It's a great opportunity for them to, if they want a chance to get back into it. Once again, Lehigh's taking 3 penalties tonight. It's felt like every single one's been just a chance for Villanova to get back into it. Saw their power play last period. Lehigh killed off almost miraculously. They're lacking a little energy here. We'll see if they can replicate what almost got them their first goal last time.
First warning for the face-off participants, and Zach Gruber's been kicked out of the face-off circle. Josh Gruber will come in to take his place.
Gruber.
And back to Zach Gruber.
Replaces Gruber.
2-minute penalty kill for Lehigh. Alzarati stops at the blue line. It's being kept in. Thomas Lynch over to Arena. Arena tries to get past Zach Gruber behind the net, and a good play to cut it out by Justice. 13:15 remaining in the third period, 2-0 Lehigh, and it's in the near side corner. A man advantage for Villanova. They have been shut out so far tonight. Down to 1:25 remaining on the power play for Nova. Zach Gruber, neutral zone, and sends it in from the red line. Not that he needed to. He was on the penalty kill.
That's a good way to kill some time. Take it up slowly, dump it in, and force them to take about 10 seconds off the clock.
12:35 remaining in the period. Down to around a minute. That was close. Maserati was charging in. It seems like Matthew Balzarati is a name we've said a lot tonight on the Villanova offensive side. Popped up in the air. Balzarati back with it. Centering pass, moves behind. And Burgess has it. And Grise throws the player to the ground.
Oh, the ref signaled to both of the players to go to the box. So Michael Grise might have... He'll go to the box, but might have got away with a solo Lehigh penalty there, according to Villanova's very own. He's on the ground, but headed to the box for the extracurriculars on Kenny Burgess.
Matthew Arena, the captain for Villanova, is heading to the box.
See if this will become a 4-on-3 or stay 5-on-4. Occasionally, they'll keep these at a 5-on-4.
Reason is in the box for the second time tonight.
You know, he's been very good offensively on the production end this season, but Michael Grise does take his fair share of penalties for the Mountain Hawks. You can make up for it with your goals. There's nothing to worry about.
12:10 remaining in the third period. Lehigh leads 2-0. One of the goal scorers, Michael Grise, has just headed to the penalty box. He joins Max Kirby, the freshman, in the box for Lehigh. And Matthew Arena is in the box for Villanova. So it's like a 4v3 for 30 seconds. Then it will go to a 5-on-4 advance for the Wildcats. Probably not that wise for Lehigh to extend the amount of time that they're a man down. Face off.
4-on-4.
Tom Zach will keep it in. Behind the net to Wood. Wood's going to drop it off for Vogel. Vogel over to Linkov and saved by Burgess. 24 seconds on the 4-on-3.
Ice opens up a bit in that offensive end when you're down to 3 men. Good look there, and it must need a glove by Kenny Burgess.
Linkov, Justice, neutral zone. Down to 15 seconds on the 4-on-3. And Max Timmy out of the box now. Even strength 4-on-4. Icing called. 11:27 remaining in the third period. 2-0 Lehigh still. Brisane Arena in the penalty box.
Well, it would have been very good of Villanova if they wanted a chance to get back in this game to score there. Failed to do so yet again. 0 for 3 tonight on the power play.
Yeah, that might be the story for the Wildcats. Just missed chances on the man advantage, down to 105 on the 4-on-4. And 11:15 remaining in the third period. Nice skate work from Balzerani. Almost got it in front of the basket. Kapernaum skating over all the way to the wall on the near side. Burgess out of his net. Still 4-on-4, 40 more seconds. Burkhart tripped up and no call. 10:45 remaining in the third period. Balzerati still on the ground. On the stick of Kabelski. Behind the net, Foskett. Kabelski. Moving up the near side for Nova. Mulder. 10 seconds on the 4-on-4. 10:20 remaining in the period. Out in front. And nothing going. To Burkhart. Tomzak racing with him. And Tomzak takes away his stick. 5-on-5 hockey. Burkhart standing back to the bench without a stick. Zach Gruber. Now down under 10 minutes for Villanova to try to work their way into this 2-goal Lehigh lead. Lehigh looking to become 6-1 to start the season. And a hit out onto the stick of Vogel. 9:42 remaining. Burgess has 34 saves on the night.
He is rock solid tonight. No holes in the cheese, as they would say. A good job there by the Lehigh defense all game, really, to limit the quality chances for Nova.
McClellan. And stomped along the way by Schwartzman. Yeah, this is far from a one-man effort defensively for the Mountain Hawks. Great defense up and down the board. Zach Gruber campering on the net. Zach Gruber will receive that one back. Back to McClellan. And attempted to be screened by Josh Gruber. 9:10 remaining in the third period. 2-0 Mountain Hawks. Josh Gruber. Oh. Tomzak on the puck into his own defensive zone. We'll send it over to Michael Vogel. Lehigh trying to provide pressure. Nova going for the line change. From the far side. It is on the stick of Zach Gruber. Zach Gruber stops, moves back, and turned over. 8.5 remaining in the third period. Gore and Hansen tying up Nova players behind the net. Back to Carnish. Augustine. Hansen. Giannetti. Just under 8 minutes left. And a hit up against the boards. Burgess sends it behind the net. 7:40 remaining. Villanova being shut out by Lehigh. Grise trying to win the foot race. Cuts back in. Kapernoff stops it, but keeps it alive. Casella icing called by Burgess. Starting to get down to the wire.
Not a lot of time left if you're Villanova. Still early yet to contemplate taking Kapernoff off for the extra man. You ideally think you can give yourself some good offensive chances before then. They're not struggling terribly, but they're really not producing the way they'd want to.
So I feel like we're going to talk a lot about Burgess from here on out, but I'd want to hear your thoughts on Dimitri Kapernoff's performance. Actually, 2-on-1! Oh! The save by Burgess on Balzerati.
Speaking of Eddie Burgess, oh my goodness.
Your thoughts on how Kapernoff has played for Villanova tonight?
I think he's done a great job. He's made some great saves. As I said after the first bit, I thought Lehigh could have easily scored 3 to 4 goals there. But just have to appreciate that blocker save by Kenny Burgess. Oh my goodness. 41
for 43. If the score stands, it definitely won't bring down Kapernoff's save percentage. He'll still be flying at 85, 86%. Behar down to 6:45. Ethan Behar still on the puck. Grant. Rinkov. And behind the net. So McClellan. Nice jump by the referee to get out of the way of the puck. McClellan. And Lehigh signaling for something.
Lehigh wanted an offsides call there, but it looks like the refs saw a tripping after the non-offsides call, and I think we're going to see the 4th power play of the game for the Wildcats.
And it's Sean Grant going to the box for Lehigh. It's almost unusual to see Lehigh just have all their best scorers committing penalties.
We have seen it consistently this year. Those are the guys who do get penalties. It's not necessarily a lack of discipline at times, but the nature of their play is aggressive, and it's a result of that.
Justice cleared up, and a nice start to the penalty kill for Lehigh as we're heading down to 6 minutes left. The developing storyline of tonight is that Villanova is 0 for 3 so far on the power play, and this might be one of their last big chances to score. Back on the blue line, Burkhart fighting hard to prevent a good chance. It's turned away. Lenkov and out of play. 1:23 left on the penalty. 5:38 remaining in the first period. We really hope you guys join us at our next home game on October 20th at CLA Center. We have a nice pacing break. What are you going to be doing over pacing break?
I'm not too sure yet. What about yourself?
I will be at Rutgers on Saturday, and then the week after we're hosting Rutgers at hockey, but I will be on Rutgers' campus over pacing break.
Oh.
Yeah, I will be arena on the near side, down to 1:15. Out of the zone, that could be big for Lehigh as they continue to try to take time off. Five, 55 seconds left on the power play. Lehigh going for the line change.
Good line.
Burgess behind the net. He's 36 for 36 tonight. And out of play with 4:56 remaining in the third period. 41 seconds left on the fourth Villanova power play of the night.
Just not getting it to click the way they'd like to so far. Still time left, though, on this power play.
40 seconds, Arena out in front. Oh, that was beautiful setup between Arena and Kobelski to get Matthew Arena right in front.
Fortunately, he wasn't on the other end.
Oh, now 26 left on the man advantage. 26 seconds, 4:42 remaining in the third period. Rise and Augustine had early first period goals. Those are the only two goals so far tonight. Down to 20 seconds left on the man advantage for Villanova, and it's teared out by Ethan Behar.
And that might just do it for this power play. I think Villanova's looking at the bagel in the man advantage column out of 4 opportunities.
Rolls around, he stopped midway through. The fourth Lehigh penalty has been killed. Grant out of the box. Behar on man rush shot. Grant! Stopped by Kapanov. Rise. Max Toomey. And deflected away again. McClellan. Oh!
Not sure that's what Sean Grant intended to. It was a near perfect pass to Dan McClellan.
Grant McHill again. That one was blocked. 3:40 remaining in the third period. Max Toomey up the near side. Toomey cutting through between players, and Nova player falling to the ground. Blocked, kept in. 3:25. And Kapanov will stop it with 3:22 remaining in the third period. 2-0 Lehigh.
I think that stoppage there by Kapanov, I had the choice to let it go. Not sure if he just thinks his team needs a break or what. But I mean, a lot of goalies would want that play to keep going for momentum. But the way Nova is playing just seems like they need a reset every little shift.
Zach Gruber from the stick of his brother Josh, and it's stopped by Kapanov. And there's maybe the first bit of like extracurricular physicality we've seen. Wood with the hit on Josh Gruber. 3:11.
I don't know what Kapanov has on those pads, but oh my goodness, does he control his rebounds well. There have been some shots I'm just for certain would end up on the stick of a Lehigh player with a wide open net, and somehow, some way, it just goes right back to him.
3:11 remaining. Harnish over the net. Justice. Ted Justice over to Brendan Carnish. Just under 3 minutes left. Lehigh up 2-0. And now here's the 2-on-2. Kobelski attempted to get out to Balzeron and not able to. Back on the blue line. Nova looking dangerous and blocked along the way by Carnish. Heading down to 2.5 minutes remaining in the third period. 2-0 Lehigh. Michael Vogel will dump it past the net. Stick of Arena down on the ground. 2:15 remaining.
I'd keep an eye there on Dmitry Kapanov as we're nearing the 2-minute warning.
2:05 remaining. Tries to stick play, but not able to create stuff out of it. And now down to 1:55 in the defensive zone for Lehigh over to Masella. 1:50 remaining. Lehigh still up 2-0. Nicholas Wood over, and Hansen deflected away. Kapronoff, 1:30 remaining in the third period.
And Leah's not giving Kapronoff a chance to get off.
Yeah, Arena dumps it in. Masella. Up to Gunnar Hansen, flipped up to Augustine. Mock. Gunnar Hansen, 1:10 remaining in the third. Gorlenkov and Mock tied up on it. It's going to end up over on Derek Foskett, 6. And Kapronoff is heading to the bench. An empty net, an extra man for Villanova. Hansen up to Shane Malid. Malid, blocked by Gorlenkov. 40 seconds left. 2-0 Lehigh. Foskett behind the net. Down to 30, icing called.
The Lehigh bench is thinking what I think we're thinking at this moment, and I'm not sure Villanova is going to be able to get 2 goals here in the last 30 seconds, the way it's going.
Oh, timeout called by the Wildcats. Their head coach is bringing out a big whiteboard and he's drawing something up.
That is our in-depth analysis. What he's trying it, we're not sure. Will it work? Stay
29 seconds left in the third period.
This Villanova team just has played like they're not down 2 goals, trying to get back into it these past, basically this whole period, really.
Any team could win the game tomorrow. You know, it's definitely not out of the question that Villanova could split this season. So
I don't think they're a worse hockey team, judging by how this game goes. I think there's a lot of solid players on that team. You have enough good players, you create enough good chances, you get some goals, you can win a game. Tonight, not their night for that. Still 30 seconds left. We've seen goals in 4 seconds off faceoffs, but they are at a difficult position here.
Lehigh, if they win, they go 6-1, 1-0 in conference play. Their first 6-1 start since at least 2012. That's how far back the records go. Arena and Grant for the faceoff, won by Villanova. Up 25 seconds. Justice. Behar, 6 on the puck, and dumps it in. Down to 18 seconds remaining. Kapronoff heads to the bench one more time. Down to 12 and 10. And Grise launches it down the ice. It's wide, and icing's called. 6.4 remaining.
These guys will be playing another game tomorrow at Nova's home place, as we said. So these guys Villanova definitely will be thinking about this game and this result, what they can do better. And it'll be a challenge for Lehigh to try replicating this. They put out a very good performance tonight.
I'll definitely be watching that game tomorrow night. That will be a great one. 6.4 seconds to last face-off. And in the net for Villanova, they score on the face-off. It's 2-1, and it's counted for Matthew Arena. And the Kenny Burgess shutout ends at 59 minutes and 55 seconds.
You know, I made a comment during the intermission that if this stellar performance by Kenny Burgess were to be hindered in any way, it would most likely be a fluke goal. And that was a strange one. I think it was a shot off the face-off.
And seconds die down. The referee is hit. That is the end of the game. Both teams coming to help the referee up.
He got hit in the arm. That one is a bruiser.
Lehigh wins 2-1 against Villanova. They open up conference play with a victory. It's heartbreak for Kenny Burgess, who had to shut out all the way up until 5 seconds left.
You know, I think he'll be glad he got the win. I think so.
But the one thing I think this game had is incredible goaltending.
Yes, both ends. Kapranov, we'd heard about going in. We knew what he's capable of, and we saw it. I mean, 2 goals given up on 49 shots. That's not bad at all. But Kenny Burgess, 1 goal, 38 for 39. We knew he had it in him for such a game, and we saw it in the flesh. A great performance there, and a great win for Lehigh. And I don't know if the scoreboard reflects the story of the game here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was evenly matched at times. Both teams had their spurts, but I'd say Lehigh definitely was well in control of this one.
Which is promising news for tomorrow, promising news for their conference play. We'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. We wish you have a good next 2 weekends because we will not be on the air. No Lehigh home games. We hope you enjoy your pacing break, enjoy your family weekend, and we will see you on October 20th. Until next time, goodbye.
Roll Hawks!